I'm sorry, darling. I know it's been almost 2 weeks since my last conjugal visit, but I have this terrible cold. Well, maybe you can play golf. Oh, I kiss you, too. A great big French kiss to last all night and all day. And so I expect the French to get on this right away. Yes, thank you.
So, how are things going at old Rancho Minimum Security?
You know, Emerson, I can do without the sarcasm.
I'm sorry, Natty. I'm just trying to cheer you up. I guess just being in love with your ex-boss, congressman, who's also married and serving time in prison on fraud and bribery charges might be making you, oh, I don't know, a little bit blue. But then if you're happy, I'm happy.
You know, actually, Emerson, I'm more curious about what you've been doing in the bathroom for 45 minutes every morning this past week. I mean, is there some reason you are unable to perform your toiletries at home?
You know, I never really thought of it as performing my toiletries. But actually, if you're referring to brushing my teeth, yes, sometimes when I'm running late, I do it here.
Please, you have been in there long enough to have a baby.
Oh, right. You caught me. I was in there having Newt Gingrich's love child. Look, I haven't even had a date since 1956. If it wasn't for the occasional crowded elevator, I wouldn't have any sex life at all.
Isn't this the same blouse you had on yesterday?
This? No, I just bring this blouse in case I need a blouse that looks like the one I had on yesterday. Is that all right with you, little Miss Hall Monitor?
Well, I don't know what you're doing, but something weird is going on. Anyway, the soybean delegation is going to be here in a half an hour, and I need to brief Suzanne on that upcoming Gephardt bill. What do you have?
Well, a couple of bios and 5 or 6 talking points for today's luncheon. Oh, and Kathleen Matthews called. She asked for an interview for Working Woman.
Excuse me, but I think you've lost your underpants there.
These old things. I just brought them today because I'm going to, give them to charity.
Well, you know, you can leave them in a bag on your porch, and the disabled veterans will come and pick them up.
Thank you. That's a very good tip.
So, we finally got those sheep back in the swing of things, huh, Mr. Davis? Well, that's just great. You know, I can see why they were having trouble mating with those Air Force jets flying so low overhead. Yeah, well, I'm just so glad those romantic music tapes I sent worked. Yeah, ebb tide's always been a favorite of mine, too. Well, you just call if I can ever be of help again, all right? Bye-bye.
Very impressive.
Thank you. Oh, Sissy, that reminds me. Miss Pirtle didn't get her Social Security check again this month, so I gotta call up and kick somebody's little wagon about that.
Right.
Boy, that really steams me, too. Especially after she thanked me so much for last time. Even made that cute little rodeo shirt for my dog, Randy. He loves it, too. Wears it all the time.
Did it ever occur to you that it might be because he can't undo the buttons?
You know, Suzanne, I have to admit, you may have your detractors, but you are damn good with constituents.
Well, thank you, Nettie. Unfortunately, I don't think I fare as well at Washington dinner parties.
Why? Did something happen last night at Charlotte Ward's?
No, nothing happened. It's just that, you know, everybody there was a writer or had a PhD or one of those, what do you call it, Roxanne Pulitzer deals.
I believe you're referring to the Pulitzer Prize.
Yeah, that's it. Anyway, I tried my best to be charming. They asked me about the crime bill, and I gave what I thought was a real cute answer.
Why are my palms beginning to sweat?
I just explained that I'm all for that 3 strikes thing. But I think we should also be just as hard on the women as we are on the men. Especially all those Lorena Bobbitt imitators. I mean, I'm sorry, but fair is fair. I say 2 balls and you're out.
And this was not well received.
No, I don't know. These people around here, they just take everything so seriously. They're all so tired and pasty looking, too. You know, I'm not even sure some of these people are alive.
Suzanne, Washington is a very serious town, and it is hard to be taken seriously unless you have the right academic credentials or at least have written something noteworthy.
I'm sorry, Natty, but I do not have academic credentials. Now, I went to school for 2 reasons. To join a sorority and meet men. And I quit because I hated studying. Especially that damn Spanish. I tell you, they have this book about some kid named Jorge. Sat around drinking coffee all day and taking his relatives into town on a burro. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm 18 years old with a red convertible, dating the dean of students. What the hell did I care what this kid and his grandpa were hauling a market?
You know, Suzanne, I think you have just hit upon something very important.
Really?
Yes. I mean, in order to be a success in Washington, you really do need to show that you're a serious person, a person of substance. Anyway, we haven't had much luck with interviews, so maybe your writing an article yourself would be a good idea.
An article about what?
Well, first we have to find a subject matter that you're comfortable with. It could be a personal piece for the Post so that people could get to know you better. Emerson here's a writer, so she could help. And the best part is we won't be at the mercy of some reporter because we'd be the ones in control. Emerson?
Huh? Oh, sorry. A tragic accident seems to have taken place in my purse. Deodorant's leaked all over everything.
I'm going to get you some sample articles to take home and read.
Okay. What the hell is that thing, anyway?
Oh, just 2 Velcro shoulder pads stuck to a shish kebab I got last night at the Kuwaiti embassy reception. You know how it is. Career gal, on the go.
You know, Natty, I stayed up half the night reading those articles you gave me.
Really? Oh, that's wonderful, Suzanne. I am very impressed.
Yes, well, unfortunately, most of them were just way over my head. But there was this one guy, Howell Raines, I forget what paper.
The editorial page editor of the New York Times.
Well, whatever. Now, he wrote about a subject that I know something about, and I believe I could beat the hell out of his article.
You mean his Pulitzer Prize-winning piece on race relations?
Yeah, that's the one. You mean he won a Pulitzer Prize just for that one thing?
Yes, he did. I mean, it's not like Miss America, where you also have to look good in a swimsuit.
Well, I just can't believe it. I mean, that just goes to show all you have to do is say you're from the New South and move to New York City and write about your relationship with your mammy, and then everybody goes gaga over it. Maybe I should write about my mammy.
You had a mammy?
Oh, yeah, in a manner of speaking. My maid, Sapphire Jones, has been taking care of me since I was a teenager. And you want to talk about race relations? We are very, very close. Kind of like that couple in Driving Miss Daisy.
You know, that won a Pulitzer, too. Maybe you are onto something here.
I'm telling you, Natty, I can beat this article. I mean, it wasn't even a very good story. This poor woman devoted herself to Master Howell. Then, when she couldn't afford to go to college, the family didn't even offer to help her out.
Well, that's called irony, Suzanne. That's what good writing is made of. Anyway, I read it, and I thought it was very touching.
Oh, you people are so easily conned. What's so touching about giving your maid the shaft?
So what's your point?
My point is, Natty, if people went crazy over that Howell Raines story, you just wait till they read mine. I mean, this is one sucker I can write. And then people in this town are going to have to give me some new respect.
Yeah, what is it, Malone?
Well, I'm worried about Sissy. She hasn't come in yet, and she came by my house last night, and she just stayed and stayed. And if my sons hadn't shot her in the butt with an air rifle, I believe she would have spent the night.
Emerson, what are you doing here? We thought you hadn't come in yet.
Oh, goodness, no. I've been here for hours, getting caught up in all that constituent mail and...
I'm so glad you're okay. Your apartment manager called and said that you're not getting your deposit back because of a mattress fire.
Oh, it's nothing. Who cares? I always hated that old deposit anyway.
Also, an Ann Gilroy, she said she'll be in town next week and plans to stop by.
No, not now. How did you find me here?
Who is she?
Oh, she's this woman that told everyone at the Post that I was drinking even before I was drinking. I just hate people who can predict your shortcomings. Anyway, now she's covering South America. Probably the only reason she's stopping by here is because she smells that things aren't going well for me. She's got a nose like a pig hunting truffles.
Emerson, I want to know what's going on with you. Are you drinking again?
No, Natty, I'm not drinking again. If I were drinking, I'd be in a good mood. You must know, I've been evicted.
Evicted? What on earth for?
Well, for not paying the rent. Seems I got this job just a little late to save my credit. But you know, in a way, it's kind of freeing. At least I don't have to listen to any more sales clerks say, yes, I'm holding it in my hand. Yes, I'm cutting it up right now.
Wait a minute, Emerson, I don't understand this. Where are you staying now?
Well, sometimes here, sometimes at a shelter. A couple of times in my car. I certainly can't ask my friends. It would be just too embarrassing.
You mean because of being evicted and losing your job at the Post?
No, I mean because of working here.
Well, you're welcome to stay with me and the boys. I could use the help. Ever since Jerry paid to have his girlfriend's silicone breast implants removed, I've hardly had money for the babysitter.
Well, we really are an eclectic little group, aren't we?
Well, thanks, Malone, but I'm really not very good at kid sitting, especially kids with assault weapons.
Okay, that's it. You're gonna be staying with me, and I don't want to hear any more about it.
Now, that's an excellent idea. That way, you two will have a lot of extra time to work on that article together.
Well, thanks, Natty. What is the article about again?
Oh, well, it doesn't really have a title yet. For right now, you can just think of it as Driving Miss Suzanne.
This cake is just wonderful. What kind is it again?
Jam.
Really? What's in it?
Jam.
So when you say jam, you mean like...
Jam.
Well, I guess I better get back to writing this article. Anyway, I couldn't eat another bite. You know, Miss Jones, that was the best dinner I've had since I was born.
Oh, thank you, Sissy. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Oh, those dumplings and those homemade rolls, they were just incredible. I just don't understand why everybody around here isn't dead. Now, what kind of a sheet is that?
No, it's for little Desiree's bed, which is shaped like a cloud.
Sorry. I was reading Desiree a little bedtime story. Oh, now, Sapphire, remind me. Later on, I want to put a quarter under her pillow.
Oh, did she lose a tooth?
Oh, no. I just like to leave little surprises around for her.
You're kidding. You mean just for no reason?
Well, there's a reason. I love her. Okay, now. Let's just dive in and kick the heck out of this article. Now, Sapphire, I know you do not like to participate in things like this, but if I'm to serve my constituents well, then I have to command some respect in this town. And this article is one sure way to get it. So it's very, very important.
Those are my glasses, aren't they?
Well, I need them for readings.
I tell you, this child carries off everything I have.
All right, now let's just dive right in and talk about our relationship. You know, what it's meant to you over the years.
Well, it's been good, steady work.
No, I mean our friendship.
Friendship? Since when were we friends?
Well, I certainly love you. Don't you love me?
Well, of course I do. But I don't think of you as my friend.
Oh, all right. Call it whatever you like.
I think the term you're looking for is interracial bond.
That's it. Interracial bond. That's what we have, Sapphire. An interracial bond. Okay, so now we just have to explore that more, you know?
Miss Jones, I think what Suzanne is really looking for here is how the affection and loyalty you two have felt for one another has eclipsed the racial tensions of society through the years. Would you say that's an accurate statement?
No.
Sapphire, I cannot believe this. Now, you know good and well if you wanted to go to college, I'd be the first person to send you.
Now, what are you talking about? I am 63 years old and I do not want to go to college. I'd like to go to Las Vegas to hear Lou Rawls.
Well, that'd be real touching to my readers. You're going to Las Vegas to hear Lou Rawls.
Guess who are your readers?
The readers of this article. Now, it's got to be poignant, Sapphire, and have irony.
Well, I don't know anything about irony. I know ironing.
Can you believe that Suzanne has over 50 tiaras? And she's traveled all over the world. I mean, there's even a picture of her with Ferdinand Marcos when she was Miss Industrial Rubber.
I didn't know that.
Don't even get me started on the food. Last night we had this incredible jambalaya with cornbread that would make you weep, and it was wonderful.
Gosh, I'd like to live there myself. Yeah, that Sapphire sounds like a black Martha Stewart. Which reminds me, have you guys seen her on TV retiling her pool with those little tiny bits of credit cards?
I bet those are my credit cards she's using.
What I'd like to know, Emerson, is how is that article coming?
Well, it's coming very slowly, Natty. In fact, I'm afraid it's going to take another couple of weeks.
Well, you look wonderful. Doesn't she look wonderful, Natalie?
Yes, she does. And that's what really counts, isn't it? I mean, who cares about the article? The makeover's going great.
Your hair just seems so much fluffier.
Oh, thanks. Suzanne's been backcombing it every morning. To tell you the truth, I think she kind of thinks of me as her doll. But I like staying there so much that I don't even care. I mean, everyone is just so nice. I guess it's that Southern thing. You know, Suzanne's brother, Jim, he just loves to polish shoes. So every morning, there are my shoes, newly polished, right beside the bed. Name someone who has done that for you since your mother. And they're constantly asking you if they can get you anything, you know, biscuits, blankets, a pecan log from Stucky.
Well, that's wonderful, Emerson. We're all so thrilled that you found happiness on Walton's Mountain. In the meantime, may I remind you that this article is crucial. I suggest you remember what you are there for.
That's right, Natty. I know what my responsibilities are.
Well, it seems like you're losing sight of the ball a little bit here.
Trust me when I tell you, I am right on top of it. Oh, man. This cherry cobbler is just delicious. If I keep eating like this, they're going to have to use a crane to get me out of here. I don't know what's the matter with me. I'm just out of control.
Mama.
Oh, all right. You can read it, but then you have to go to bed, okay?
Okay.
All right. Desiree wrote you a little poem.
Mm. My goodness. I'm honored.
My mom has a friend. Her name is Sissy. She is very nice and not too prissy. A beautiful princess who sleeps in her car because she dreams of going far.
Oh, well, that's just a wonderful poem, Desi. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, honey. Now you go on upstairs, and you get into bed, and I'll be up in a minute to tuck you in.
Good night, Jelly Bean.
I'm sorry that made you sad.
No, I'm crying because she's a better writer than me. Come on, let's get back to writing that article.
Okay, good idea. Sapphire, you remember that Statue of Liberty centennial thing we went to? How we stood there together, the fireworks reflected in our faces as we thought about freedom.
No.
Incidentally, Miss Jones, I would like to reiterate that I know how ridiculous I look in this gown and tiara. But Suzanne insisted that I try them on.
Well, you don't have to explain to me, honey. She had me vacuuming in heels until I was 50.
Gosh, it's after 9 o'clock. Who could that be?
Who is it?
It's Ann Gilroy. I'm a friend of Sissy's.
Oh, I can't believe this. I forgot that she was coming. Oh, Malone must have given her this address.
Who is she?
The woman who was always putting me down, remember?
Emerson, is that you?
Well, she's heard you now. We're going to have to let her in. All right, don't worry.
Oh.
Follow my cue.
Hell, for a minute there, I thought you were going to try and sneak out the back door.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. Anne, really? Oh, how are you?
Oh, I'm fantastic, as always. Let me guess. You just got home from the big picnic at 12 Oaks.
Yes. Oh, no. This is just,
We were just talking about Sissy's old debutante days, and I made her see if she could still get into her gown. I'm Sissy's house guest, Suzanne Sugarbaker.
Oh, I've heard a lot about you. But the lady at your office said this was your house.
Oh, good grief. See what happens when you hire a temp. No, I'm still relocating myself, and Sissy was gracious enough to let me stay with her. And this is her housekeeper, Sapphire Jones.
How do you do?
Hello. Well, aren't you going to invite your friend to sit down?
oh, yes, of course. Won't you come in and sit down? This is my living room.
Emerson, I have to say, I'm just a little surprised. I heard you were on the skids.
Ah, vicious, ugly rumors. Why, we don't even dignify that with a response, do we, Miss Jones?
Well, I know I've got nothing to say.
And then, of course, Sissy was lucky enough to get that huge advance on her book.
I didn't know you were writing a book. How exciting. What about?
Well, it's, sort of a cookbook. Actually, I'm doing it with Miss Jones.
Oh, you mean like Oprah and her chef?
That's right. It's called Sapphire and Sissy. It's got everything. Race relations, irony. More homemade coffee cake yet?
No, thanks. I couldn't hold another bite. Oh, good news. You know that Dick Sorbet, the guy with some kind of liver disease, one rung above me at the post?
Yeah?
He died.
Well, that is good news.
Yeah, so now that position is available, and it looks like they want me back. Well, I better be going. It's nice to see you sober, Emerson. You know how I always worried about you.
Yes, I know you did, Anne. And I hope someday to find a way to repay you.
There's just one thing I don't understand. You say you were a debutante, but I thought your father was a mailman.
He was. But you see, he rose up through the ranks and was eventually able to buy the post office, right?
No. Actually, my mother was a Weber of Payne Weber.
That's right. I always get that part mixed up. Well, thank you so much for stopping by, Anne. You know, I feel like since I've been here, I've just put a crimp in Sissy's social life. That's why there's only been, what, 2 or 3 men stopped by tonight. Wasn't that right, Miss Jones?
4.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that Bob Carey. Oh, isn't he a doll? I don't know why Sissy keeps turning him down.
Well, I am kind of thinking about it.
Emerson, I can't wait to read your book. Now, when does it come out again?
June. I tell you what, you send me your address and I'll send you a copy, autographed, down there in South America. What the heck, I'll even throw in a free bookmark. Hi, Anne. Hasta la vista, baby.
And you said you didn't learn Spanish.
It would be quite impossible to ever repay her with money or gifts. And that is why I decided to tell the world about this unsung woman who has enriched my life immeasurably.
Oh, my gosh, I can't believe it. The Post printed my article on Sapphire?
No, I'm sorry, Suzanne, they turned that down.
Well, then what's that?
An op-ed piece Sissy wrote about being homeless.
You're kidding. When'd you have time to do that?
Oh, at night, under the blanket. It's nothing really. Don't even read it.
Go on, finish.
When none of my parts looked salvageable, she put me back together again. She calls it a makeover. I call it a miracle. She was bored by college, but for some reason found me interesting. I'd almost forgotten what it's like to feel interesting. To be around people who are kind just for the sake of it, who are anxious to be your friend, not in the best of times, but in the worst. When I was growing up, my mother drank and my father worked 2 jobs. Maybe I never knew what a real home was. Maybe I still don't, but thanks to my friend, I do know a place where the children are sweeter than jam cake, where people sleep on clouds at night, wake up with quarters under their pillows, and get their shoes polished for free. And that, for now, is close enough for me.
Well, what do you know, Emerson? You really are a writer.
Yeah. It's kind of funny, isn't it? Here I was supposed to teach you something, and I'm the one who ends up with the lesson.
You hear that, ladies? Now that's irony.
You'll never find, as long as you live, someone who loves you tender like I do. And you'll never find